Part 115. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1141. When the instructor came to the building where Wang Feng and the others were, he turned around and ordered the two cosmic ghosts who followed him to guard the door of the floor where Wang Feng and the others were, and then the instructor walked in directly. As a devourer, the instructor also left a little consciousness on Wang Feng, so he could sense Wang Feng's location, but he could not communicate with him remotely. Instructor. When Li Yingning walked into the room where Wang Feng and the others were, Wang Feng stood up excitedly, saluted the instructor Li Yingning with a military salute, and whispered excitedly. The instructor still nodded expressionlessly, and still maintained the image of a cosmic ghost, and asked softly. How are you doing? Nothing can be done. After hearing Li Yingning's words, Wang Feng shook his head in frustration. I killed several cosmic ghosts and took away their memories, but they all knew nothing about the energy shield. However, I did know that there were a large number of people from other races in the city. Originally, I want to contact them, but they are no different from pigs now. Li Yingning said calmly. Wang Feng was not surprised at all by Li Yingning's words. After all, he saw what happened when Li Yingning came over just now. He was able to bring two followers with him, and the cosmic ghosts along the way were a little afraid of him, which meant that Li Yingning was now among the cosmic ghosts. Can be regarded as a person of small status, and naturally knows much more than himself. Those guys don't have to think about it. They have all been fed fast-growing potions. It's just like the hormones produced by those pig farmers in Atlantis. Their bodies grow faster, but their brains don't grow at all. No different from mentally retarded. Li Yingning obviously didn't care much about this kind of thing, so his words seemed very relaxed and showed no indignation. It's no wonder that he is a devourer and originally regarded all other creatures as food, so of course I don't think this is too much. That energy shield has an identification system. No matter what method you use to enter, as long as your life fluctuations are not registered in that shield system, you will be alerted and will be attacked immediately. The instructor began to talk about the energy shield that Wang Feng was most concerned about. Anyway, they still have time. Because they use the fluctuations of life energy as identification, even I don't dare to pass through that energy shield now. Although my current body has the right to enter at any time, my energy fluctuations are still different from his. The difference is that those guys can't see it when they are outside, but once they pass through the energy shield, they will be recognized by it. Every living thing's body will naturally emit fluctuations of life energy, and the frequency of this life fluctuation of all living things will be slightly different. There will never be two living things whose energy fluctuations are exactly the same. This is just like human pupils or fingerprints, it is the best way to identify identity. And the identification method of life energy fluctuations is safer than pupils or fingerprints, because if it is fingerprints and pupils, Li Yingning can use the devourer's talent to completely copy the cosmic ghost's face. The body was able to muddle through, but Li Yingning himself had no control over the fluctuations of life energy. He can suppress the fluctuations of his life energy and make the fluctuations larger or smaller, but he cannot change its frequency. Therefore, although Li Yingning has successfully sneaked into the interior of a guard ship and killed the captain of the battleship, took away his memory and identity, but he still never entered the energy shield. This is the information inside the energy shield. Because my current identity is just the captain of a frigate, my authority is limited. I only know so much, but it should be about the same. Among the cosmic ghosts, the escort is the only one. Second to the core-level elders. Li Yingning took out a tablet and a button that looked like a remote control from his body, and handed them to Wang Feng. This was a piece of information he copied in the battleship, and it contained all the information he could check. Material. Of course, due to time constraints, Li Yingning did not read it carefully. He just focused on the information on the energy shield. He knew that it was impossible for him to get in, so he directly copied a copy of the information. You take this back and take a look, then study it with them and discuss a plan. Then you press this button and I will be able to get the signal. Then I will come here again within 2 days. We'll talk about it later. After Li Yingning handed the things to Wang Feng, he patted his shoulder and said, I can't be out for too long, so I went back to see if I have a chance to meet the head of the escort alone. As for you, just wait here for them to pick you up. Instructor. Why don't you come back with us? Wang Feng said hesitantly. Although Li Yingning said it in an understatement, he had copied the information of the cosmic ghost after all. It is impossible that the terminal on the space battleship would not have recorded this kind of thing. If he was unlucky and was caught by the cosmic ghost, if you notice it, the instructor may be in danger. No. Li Yingning shook his head and said, I can't leave now. A frigate captain has suddenly disappeared. Space Ghost will definitely start a thorough investigation immediately, which will cause a lot of trouble for our future operations. Don't worry, I have all the memories of that captain. I know how to do it. Afterwards, Li Yingning stopped staying and turned around to leave. Looking at Li Yingning's back, Wang Feng hesitated to speak, and finally just sighed softly. More than 5 hours after Li Yingning left with his 2 followers, Lu Wanting and the others arrived. Because Lu Wanting and the others were also anxious, they came to wait for them in advance. Although the small fighter plane was still invisible at this time, Wang the Wind can clearly sense its position. After Wang Feng took Sang Xiao into the small fighter plane, Lu Wanting immediately took the small fighter plane into the air again and arrived at a safe position. After that, Wang Feng connected the tablet to the terminal of the small fighter plane and began to browse the information inside. It took more than 3 days for Wang Feng and the others to selectively read the entire information. Although this information was only about the energy shield and the area covered by it, that area was also it's too big, and the information is very detailed, so Wang Feng and the others can only browse selectively, not read them all carefully. The first thing that reassured them was that the instructor Li Yingning was in the tablet. He first told Wang Feng and others about the whereabouts of Duan Lei, Lu Feng, and others. Now Duan Lei and the others have started to take action on the periphery, taking the same actions as before Wang Feng. The proposed guerrilla warfare relied on the speed of the human warships. Duan Lei and the others would shoot and change places, take advantage and leave without giving the Space Ghost fleet a chance to surround them. And they often change their combinations, with 1 battleship, 2 battleships, or even 5 battleships coming out together to ambush the Space Ghost fleet, and each time they will control the battle within 10 minutes or even 5 or 6 minutes, no matter what the outcome is. They will all flee immediately after the time is up, leaving the fleet of cosmic ghosts furious but helpless. After knowing that these guys had not suffered any losses, Wang Feng finally breathed a sigh of relief, and then started to read the information about the Elders Association. After learning about the internal defense situation of the Elders Association, Wang Feng and the others gasped, because the defense inside the energy shield was so tight. Now the stealth ability of small fighters has brought great convenience to Wang Feng and the others. Without this ability, they would not even be able to enter the city, but this is the stealth ability of small fighters, which can bring their only benefit is. In other words, the role of small fighters is strictly limited to the energy shield. Inside the energy shield, the stealth effect of small fighters will be greatly reduced, because inside the energy shield, any energy all fluctuations will be detected. Even a small fighter plane that does not move at all, but just floats quietly in the air after starting up, cannot escape the detection inside the energy shield. Moreover, the defensive firepower inside the energy shield is quite dense. No matter where it is in the shield, it is covered by their defensive firepower. There is no blind spot at all. What Wang Feng and the others focus on is the distribution of these defensive firepower, because now Wang Feng has basically determined that if they want to enter the energy shield, they must use force to break through, because they have become the captain of the space battleship. Even Li Yingning couldn't sneak in secretly, so they were even more out of luck. After looking at the distribution of defensive firepower several times, Wang Feng paused the screen, then looked at the others and said, "What do you think?" "I have no idea." Xiao Wu was the first to answer, and he was quite straightforward. "Brother Feng, I'm not good at using my brain. That's not what zombies should think about. I'm just waiting for orders. I'll just do whatever you say. You can treat me as a zombie." Qiu Jian also simply sided with Xiao Wu, treating himself as a zombie. At least zombies don't have to use their brains. This is also a bargain. If you don't take it, you won't get it. I think, this seems to be our breakthrough. Lu Wanting, who had been watching the video carefully, suddenly pointed to a location on the screen and said, "Doomsday Special Forces." Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1142. Following Lu Wanting's finger, everyone looked over together, and saw that what Lu Wanting was pointing at was actually the building in the center of the Council of Elders. "Here." Wang Feng frowned, then looked at Lu Wanting, waiting for her to continue. The location she pointed to was the place with the strongest defensive firepower of the Universe Ghost, because that was where the elders of the Universe Ghost and their families lived. The location can be said to be the most central point of the Universe Ghost. "That's right. This is it." Lu Wanting nodded vigorously, then drew a small circle on the screen and said, "This is the place where the defensive firepower of the Cosmic Ghost is the most powerful, but it has one of the biggest weaknesses, which is just suitable for us to break in. That is, there are no internal defense weapons inside this building. This should be the elders of the Space Ghost arranged this deliberately. After all, they don't want weapons to be pointed at them at any time in the area where they live. I just looked carefully. Except for this building, other buildings have weapons for internal defense. Once we enter those buildings, we will not only have to face the tide of cosmic ghosts, but we also need to be on guard at all times. Those defensive weapons, but here, we only need to deal with the cosmic ghost. Although the cosmic ghosts have the largest number of troops stationed here, what we are best at is fighting these cosmic ghosts. The people in this small fighter plane are all good at close combat, so what we have to consider now is just how do you get into this building." Lu Wanting's words made Qiu Jian and others' eyes light up. She was right. Among the people currently in the small fighters, except Wang Feng, the others are best at close combat. Once they enter that building, then all they have to face is close combat. Space battleships and the like are of no use at all in that situation. Seeing the expressions of Qiu Jian and others, Wang Feng nodded slightly. "Then let's study together how to enter this building. Although they have chosen the unknown now, it is not easy to enter this building. Even the instructor who has become the captain of the frigate dare not enter the range of the energy shield. If they want to, it is even more impossible to enter easily. Life fluctuations cannot be faked, so there are only two ways for them to enter the building they chose before. One is that the cosmic ghost cancels the energy shield. They use the stealth system of the small fighter plane to quietly enter. The other one, of course, broke through forcefully. He made his small fighter plane invisible, flew to the position closest to the building, accelerated suddenly, and rushed in before the defensive weapons in the energy shield could react. The first method is basically impossible. It is absolutely impossible for the cosmic ghost to cancel the energy shield before it destroys the human race. Therefore, no matter how hard they study, they can only forcefully break through this road. After carefully calculating the shortest straight line distance between the energy shield and the building, Wang Feng thought for a while, then nodded slightly and said, "If we rush in from here, it will take about 18 seconds for us to enter the building. After we pass through the energy shield and are discovered by the cosmic ghost, and then the defensive weapons are activated, we can find our position and launch an attack. There should be a few seconds of buffering in between. Therefore, there is a great possibility that we can rush into this building. However, I have to meet with the instructor first, tell him our plan, and let him see if there is anything else we should pay attention to. Place. No one else objected to Wang Feng's words. He was right. This time they had to succeed once and for all. It could be said that if they didn't succeed, they would be doomed. There would definitely be no second chance. And they are not in a hurry now, because Lu Feng and the others have already started to take action. Most of the attention of the cosmic ghost has been attracted by Lu Feng and the others. Although the appearance of Wang Feng made the guards still maintain their focus. Be vigilant, but the longer time passes, the better it will be for their people here. Therefore, Wang Feng and the others stopped here directly, while continuing to study the strategy after breaking into the building, while observing the warships of the escort team, as well as the Space Ghost fleet that occasionally came back to replenish supplies. During this time, Wang Feng also contacted the instructor Li Yingning through the signal transmitter the instructor had given him before, and then directly told Li Yingning their plan. The instructor was not surprised by their plan, because he had already guessed that Wang Feng and the others would use force to break in. The reason was simple, they had no other method at all. During this period of time, Li Yingning also found a lot of information. Anyway, it was impossible for him to lurk among the guards of the cosmic ghost for a long time, so he didn't have too many scruples. At worst, he would leave directly after being suspected. That's it. So now, the instructor Li Yingning really knows a lot about the inside of the cosmic ghost. However, the more he learns, the more terrifying he feels about the cosmic ghost. This race of the cosmic ghost can be said to be the only one that the instructor has come across so far. The largest group ever. Because the human race has basically mastered the information of all the intelligent races on the original star, Li Yingning can also make a more intuitive comparison in his mind. Now it seems that the cosmic ghosts can be said to be the largest race on the original star just by relying on the number of their own people. Especially the cosmic ghosts, which are not like the wild boar people. They only have strong reproductive ability and large numbers, but their individual strength and technology are rubbish. The cosmic ghosts are quite powerful in terms of individual strength and technology. Let alone technology, this magnificent city and their huge number of space fleets can prove this point well. As for individual strength, due to the racial talent of the cosmic ghosts, they are born with the advantage of close combat, and can also heal their injuries by absorbing the vitality of the enemy in battle. It can be said that although they are slightly worse than the Devourers, they are definitely not to be underestimated. And now, it is this powerful cosmic ghost that blocks the human race's progress. If they are not destroyed, the endless road of the human race will stop here. It should be possible. After listening to Wang Feng's plan, Li Yingning just nodded calmly, and then casually threw a signal transmitter to Wang Feng and said, "Press this half an hour before you are ready to act, and I will find an opportunity to help you create some chaos, so that you can rush into that building more confidently." Looking at the signal transmitter in his hand, Wang Feng hesitated. Of course, he knew what the chaos Li Yingning was talking about was. It was nothing more than driving his own space battleship and directly firing and killing a few of the cosmic ghosts when they were not on guard. In that case, the attention of the cosmic ghosts would certainly be attracted by him. Wang Feng even felt that the instructor should also launch a wave of attacks on the energy shield at that time to cover the energy fluctuations generated after they entered the energy shield, so that the monitoring system inside the energy shield could not quickly lock their small fighters. These actions will definitely make it much easier for Wang Feng and his team to break into the energy shield, but this will obviously put Li Yingning in danger. As soon as he opens fire, he will be discovered by the cosmic ghost immediately. He is surrounded by the frigates of the cosmic ghost. Once exposed, it will probably take only a breath for him to be smashed into pieces by other frigates with his people and ships. However, after Wang Feng hesitated for a while, he did not speak to persuade the instructor, because he knew that his persuasion was basically ineffective in front of the instructor. Once the instructor Li Yingning determined something, he would not change it at all. Okay. I'm going back. Looking at Wang Feng's expression, instructor Li Yingning also knew what he was thinking, but the instructor did not pay attention to this, but directly left a word and turned away. Don't worry. I won't die. When he walked to the door, the instructor paused for a moment, left a word without looking back, and then strode away. Hearing the instructor's words, Wang Feng looked down at the signal transmitter in his hand, then looked at the direction where the instructor disappeared, exhaled a long breath, and then left the room. Are you all ready? Looking at the people around him, Wang Feng asked softly. Now he has parked the small fighter plane at the shortest distance from the building. Soon, they will rush in and raid the headquarters of the Cosmic Ghost. When he met the instructor before, Wang Feng knew a piece of information, that is, the area they are about to break into is where all the information of the Cosmic Ghost is stored. Therefore, even if they turn the place upside down, the Cosmic Ghost will not directly destroy it with a warship, which allows Wang Feng and his team to do it. And the materials of that building are also quite expensive, and the defense is quite strong. At least Li Yingning said, don't try to use a small fighter plane to open a gap in the building, because that is impossible. However, this did not have any impact on Wang Feng, because he did not need to destroy the outer layer of the building. With just a teleportation, he could successfully enter the building and start their action. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1143. Hearing Wang Feng's question, everyone nodded together. However, in this small fighter plane, currently there are only 6 people, including Xiaomi Sangxiao and Qiuji Unziao, plus Wang Feng. Lu Wanting, Qingxun and Qianqian are now in another small fighter plane that could become invisible. The 3 of them will not participate in this operation. They will only be responsible for flying small fighters and observing the reaction of the Cosmic Ghost outside. This decision was made by Wang Feng. The first is naturally because Lu Wanting, Qingxun and Qianqian do not have enough fighting experience, and this time they are going to break into the Space Ghost headquarters, which is their most heavily defended place, and once the battle starts inside, the battle will definitely last a long time. Wang Feng and the others are already accustomed to this kind of fighting method. Even Qiu Jian, who has the weakest physical strength, has no big problem, but Lu Wanting and the others cannot. And if they are inside, Wang Feng and the others cannot have any remaining strength. Come take care of them. The other reason is that if they rush into the building, although they now have a rough idea of the structure inside the building, after they rush in, they will not be able to see the movements of the Cosmic Ghosts outside. Leaving Lu Wanting and the others outside, they can also decide the direction of the advance of the people inside them based on the movements of the Cosmic Ghosts outside, especially the instructors who may also need the help of invisible small fighters. After Wang Feng told her arrangement, Lu Wanting agreed without too much rejection, because she actually knew that even if she rushed in with Wang Feng and the others, she probably would not be their help. It will be a burden to them. It's better to stay outside, inform them of the movements of the Cosmic Ghost at any time, and also be able to direct them from outside where to attack, which is equivalent to a pair of eyes left by Wang Feng and the others outside. So, before this operation, Wang Feng took out another small stealth fighter and left it with Lu Wanting and the others. He drove the original one to the location they had chosen before. Prepare to start sudden action. It's time to begin. Xiao Wu stared at the energy shield in front of him and shouted excitedly. There is nothing to prepare, just go in. Don't just think about killing people, remember our goal. Wang Feng reminded that they had several main goals when they entered the headquarters of the Universe Ghost this time, and those members of the Elders Association were even ranked last by them, because no matter how high the status of those members of the Elders Association, they were just a universe. It's just a ghost, killing it or not doesn't make much sense. Their main goal this time is to find the city's self-destruction system. According to Wang Feng's speculation and Li Yingning's previous investigation information, there should be a self-destruction system in the city. Of course, if they want finding and activating it is probably going to be difficult, but at least this is one of their main goals. The other one is the mastermind that destroyed the ghost of the universe. All the information of the cosmic ghost is stored in a large intelligent master brain. Once this master brain is destroyed by them, the communication system and command system of the cosmic ghost will be completely paralyzed, and the energy shield will also be lost. The ability to distinguish friend from foe. However, it is said that the mastermind itself is an integral part of the building they are about to break into, so it is not that easy to find it and destroy it. This is why Li Yingning told Wang Feng before that the cosmic ghost would never dare to do so. The reason why when they entered, they immediately mobilized the space battleships to destroy them and the building together. In fact, Wang Feng and the others also knew in their hearts that although the city's self-destruction system was very likely to exist, even if it was found, they would not be able to activate it at all. Only those members of the Council of Elders who must be cosmic ghosts are qualified to activate it. And there will also be very cumbersome procedures and very sophisticated identity authentication. So now Wang Feng and the others' main goal is to destroy the mastermind of Cosmic Ghost. As long as they succeed, Cosmic Ghost will fall into complete chaos. There is no way to establish another perfect command system immediately. At that time, their chance it's coming. Of course, if members of the Council of Elders of the Cosmic Ghost are discovered during the process of entering, then of course they can just kill them. However, this is not mandatory. Wang Feng feels that even if they kill their members of the Council of Elders, as long as there are no after successfully destroying the mastermind, they will be able to quickly select new members of the Elder Council, which will not have much effect at all. This is also the reason why Wang Feng is not very clear about the social structure of the Cosmic Ghost. In fact, if they can really kill all the current elders of the Elder Council, even if they do not destroy the mastermind, the Cosmic Ghost clan will fall into chaos, and even it will directly split into countless small factions, which is definitely very beneficial to the human race. After seeing that Xiao Wu and the others were ready, Wang Feng took out the signal transmitter given to him by instructor Li Yingning, looked at it silently for a long time, and then pressed it gently. Then, Wang Feng's eyes shifted to the direction of the frigates of those cosmic ghosts. He didn't know that the instructor was on that space battleship now, but he knew that he would be able to see it soon. About 5 minutes after Wang Feng pressed the button of the signal transmitter, a sudden change occurred among the cosmic ghost escorts. There were more than 20 cosmic ghost frigates. Suddenly, without any warning, they headed directly towards him. His companions opened fire. Since several days had passed since Wang Feng first appeared, and no abnormalities were found here, the cosmic ghosts thought that Wang Feng should have left long ago. Therefore, these space battleships did not activate their own shields. After being attacked at this time, dozens of space battleships were directly exploded, and the debris of the flying battleships also directly damaged the space battleships around them. Instructor, what a great gesture! Seeing this scene, Wang Feng couldn't help but be shocked. Of course he knew that the instructor Li Yingning made this noise, but he didn't expect that the instructor actually made such a big noise. Wang Feng originally thought that the instructor was driving the space battleship he controlled. After receiving his signal, he suddenly launched an attack on the battleships around him, creating some chaos for the space ghost. But I didn't expect that so many space battleships would attack at the same time. How did the instructor do it? Those were the escorts of the cosmic ghost. They could not be bribed by their instructors to turn against their comrades. In particular, the positions of the battleships were not all together, but scattered throughout the entire escort fleet. This firing caused the entire escort fleet to fall into chaos. Those space battleships that were suddenly attacked had no idea what was going on. Although the escort team was the most elite fleet among the space ghosts, they had also not experienced a battle for a long time, especially this sudden battle. So that they couldn't figure out what happened for a while. What makes the escort team even worse is that their flagship, the space battleship where the commander of the escort team is located, has been beaten into a ball of fire when the raid just started, and the commander in the battleship, the officer, was naturally in trouble, which caused the entire escort team to lose its unified command. Some space battleships with quick reactions immediately activated their energy shields after seeing a battleship suddenly fire on their own people, and then launched an attack on the battleship. However, those with slow reactions were directly blinded. Because when they thought of going to see which warships were attacking their own people, there were already warships attacking each other, and they couldn't tell which warship was the one that attacked their own people before, and which ones were the first ones to attack. Fighting battleship. Because the space battleships of the frigates are all of the same standard, the only difference is the serial number on the ship. But this serial number does not allow them to distinguish the quality of the battleships, so, the escort team is quite confused now. Some are fighting with each other, some are standing by and don't know who to help, and some are just like headless flies, running directly towards the direction of the energy shield, wanting to directly enter the energy shield. These frigates are indeed qualified to enter the energy shield, but that was before, and now that this happened, how could the members of the elders let them in before they could tell what was going on with these guys? Because the control of the energy shield and internal defense weapons is in the hands of the members of the Elder Council, after seeing many space battleships of the escort team wanting to enter the energy shield, the elders of the Cosmic Ghost immediately changed their minds. Energy shield defense rules, and also issued new warnings and orders to those frigates. However, although the orders issued by the Elder Council were very fast, there were still several space battleships that were directly loaded into the energy shield. Since the defense rules of the energy shield had changed, although these frigates successfully entered the energy shield, in the shield, he was immediately attacked by his own artillery fire, and was directly beaten to pieces. Seeing those space battleships exploding directly on the edge of the energy shield, Wang Feng immediately understood that his opportunity had come, so without saying a word, he directly drove the small fighter plane and got into the energy shield, heading towards him. The target rushed over quickly. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1144. Although Wang Feng didn't know that the defense rules of the energy shield had changed and directly restricted all creatures from entering, at least the space battleships of the escort team were destroyed, and Wang Feng saw it clearly, which means that these guys are now the same as his identity, all illegal households. So now they are in the energy shield, they can hide the information of their entry, so Wang Feng temporarily changed his direction and entered the energy shield directly in the area where a space battleship exploded. Although this is more dangerous and easy to be hit by the fragments of the space battleship, it can also hide the energy signal of Wang Feng and his entry, because Wang Feng is sure that these frigates are also considered invaders now, and their identities are the same as his. If he enters here, the information fed back by the energy shield should not be so accurate. After all, there are only 6 life forms in his small fighter, and the number of space ghosts in a space battleship is more than 10,000 times more than his. Although this space battleship has been blown up, the vitality of the space ghost is strong, and there should be some signs of life that have not immediately lost. Therefore, this is just a great opportunity for Wang Feng to take advantage of. In the past, Wang Feng was ready to rush in directly. If he was discovered, he was discovered. Anyway, there was no other way. As long as he rushed to the side of the building, the small fighter would complete the mission. Unexpectedly, now the instructor Li Yingning suddenly came up with such a trick, controlling about 20 Space Ghost frigates and launching an attack together. Even Wang Feng could guess that these space battleships that rushed into the energy shield were also mostly credited to the instructor. Otherwise, the guard team was the most elite fleet of the Space Ghost after all. After receiving the order from the elders, it would be impossible for them to rush into the energy shield. So now after Wang Feng's small fighter entered the energy shield, it was not immediately attacked by defensive weapons. One reason is that the time and position of their entry were indeed very suitable. With the cover of the destroyed space battleship, they rushed into the energy shield. The other reason is that the defense rules of the energy shield have changed. Any creature that enters is regarded as an invader, and Wang Feng and his group are now insignificant. Because at this time, there are still several space battleships that entered the energy shield from different directions, so those defensive weapons are mainly used to take care of the large number of invaders. In fact, what the instructor did was very simple. During this period, the instructor kept contacting the captains of other space battleships. Although his actions also attracted the attention of the commander of the escort team, before the commander thought of talking to Li Yingning, Wang Feng had already decided to start. This is also Wang Feng and his group's good luck, because if the commander found Li Yingning, although Li Yingning should not have fallen here, when it was launched, there would not be so many frigates suddenly rebelling. Those frigates that rebelled were actually because their captains were controlled by Li Yingning, and the method was similar to the Apostle John and others created by Li Yingning when he was in Atlantis. They all split their souls to complete mental control. Especially now that Li Yingning has obtained the identity of the Devourer's Nest, the number of people he can control has reached more than 20. However, this method has also brought indelible damage to Li Yingning, that is, the souls he split out cannot be completely recovered like the 11 apostles at the beginning. So Li Yingning's launch this time is equivalent to burying a small part of his soul, but now is the most important raid, so Li Yingning feels that this loss is still within the acceptable range. Moreover, this kind of loss can only really affect Li Yingning when he transforms into the Devourer's Nest, prepares to build a large number of soldiers, and creates the nest guards. The most basic thing is that the number of his nest guards will be greatly affected. However, Li Yingning does not seem to have thought about letting the Devourer clan appear in the universe again, so this loss in the soul has no big impact on Li Yingning at all. In fact, Li Yingning had originally thought of using the frigate captains under his control to enter the energy shield to create a greater disturbance, but he found that after being controlled by his soul clone, the life fluctuations of those captains also changed. Once they entered the energy shield, they would be discovered, so he gave up. But even now, the effect has already exceeded Wang Feng's expectations. At least now Wang Feng and his team have entered the energy shield and came to the side of their target building, but they still have not been attacked. It seems that the monitoring system of the energy shield has not noticed them at all. This is mainly because Li Yingning now uses all the frigates under his control to attack the energy shield. So many space battleships have broken in, making the cosmic ghosts pay all their attention to these frigates. How can they have time to care about Wang Feng's small fighter? Moreover, the small fighter is now invisible. Although some energy fluctuations are emitted due to movement, this energy fluctuation has long been automatically ignored within the energy shield with artillery fire. And after the frigates controlled by Li Yingning entered the energy shield, they immediately focused their fire on the buildings. Anyway, Li Yingning thought that now that Wang Feng had entered the energy shield, these frigates would lose their value. It would be better to take advantage of the moment to create some chaos inside the energy shield to create a better opportunity for Wang Feng and his men. As for Li Yingning himself, he was now on a small fighter plane. He had not directly participated in the riot before. The flagship of the escort team was also killed by the 3 space battleships he had arranged in advance. Therefore, before that, no frigate thought that there was anything wrong with Li Yingning's space battleship. So Li Yingning took advantage of the chaos just now and left directly. When the battleship he was on found that his captain was missing, he could no longer find Li Yingning. Li Yingning drove a small fighter plane and directly passed through the energy shield. At the same time, he also controlled the last 3 space battleships on his side and rushed into the energy shield together. After entering the energy shield, these 3 frigates only lasted less than 2 minutes before they were all destroyed, but they successfully concealed the fluctuations caused by Li Yingning entering the energy shield. Because Li Yingning's small fighter plane did not have the ability to be invisible, after entering the energy shield, Li Yingning directly abandoned his fighter plane and jumped into a building. Then, with the cover of the building, he quickly moved towards the building that Wang Feng and his team had chosen before. At this time, whether it was the Elders' Council inside the energy shield or the guards outside the shield, it was still in chaos, especially those guards outside. Although the frigates controlled by Li Yingning had all been destroyed, the Cosmic Ghost didn't know. All the frigates were suspended in the air at this time, turning on their energy shields. There was a certain distance between each space battleship, because they were not sure whether the space battleship next to them was still their companion. In fact, as early as when the chaos just started, the Elders' Council of the Space Ghost had already ordered the guards to stay where they were, turn on the shields, and not to take any other actions. However, due to Li Yingning's interference, this order was not truly implemented until now. There was no way. Although they turned on the energy shield, according to the operation method of the Space Ghost's warships, a concentrated fire should not be able to kill them, but Li Yingning directly let the frigates controlled by him crash into it. They couldn't just stay where they were and watch themselves get hit, right? The evasion of one warship would trigger a chain reaction of other warships around it, so the more than 20 space battleships controlled by Li Yingning easily mobilized all the warships of the entire escort team, and the order of the Elders' Council was that they were not allowed to open fire, so even if those frigates could now confirm that a certain frigate was an enemy, they could only watch it rampage through the fleet, disrupting their formation, and then crashing directly into the energy shield. Although the escort team is now completely quiet, the Space Ghost is certainly not sure that the spies in the escort team have been completely eliminated, so they can only wait in place now, even if the energy shield is now in a mess due to the entry of more than 20 space battleships. The Elders' Council inside does not dare to mobilize the escort team to clean it up. At this time, Wang Feng and his team had already entered the building, and they entered from the highest floor of the building. Although they learned from the intelligence that both the self-destruct device and the main brain were at the bottom and underground, their tracks were not exposed now, so there was no need to directly enter the most heavily guarded position. It might be more certain to infiltrate from the top slowly downwards. At least, Wang Feng tried to directly devour the cosmic ghosts he met on the road to find some information that was beneficial to them. Moreover, this building was only heavily guarded outside, but once inside, it was not so strict, because this was after all where the elders of the cosmic ghosts and their families lived. So this place was tight outside and loose inside. If you want to come in, you must have an authorized identity, and if you are not a cosmic ghost who lives here, there is a certain time limit after entering. If you have not left after this time limit, the consequences will be very serious. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1145. This situation should be that the elders, in order to take care of the lives of their families, have formulated such a system, which is now convenient for Wang Feng and others. Especially now that they have entered the highest floor, because this building, from 1/3 of the height, is considered a living area, where the families of the elders and some service personnel live. And the height below 1/3, and the huge base underground, are the real core areas of the universe ghost, where the main brain is. In the chaos just now, the most central building of the universe ghost was also attacked by the frigate's artillery fire, but the defense of this building is really strong. It has been attacked so many times, but it has hardly suffered any damage. No wonder Li Yingning once told Wang Feng not to try to attack this building with small fighters. However, it is obvious that the materials of this building, even among the Universe Ghost family, are not as much as you want. Therefore, within the range of the entire energy shield, only the most central building is built with this strongest material, and other buildings are not so strong. After Li Yingning commanded the frigates to enter the energy shield, he did not attack only the central building, because Li Yingning also knew that those frigates could not cause any substantial damage to the central building. The artillery fire that attacked the central building was just Li Yingning's attempt to protect Wang Feng and his men. Most of the other attacks fell on other buildings within the energy shield. Those buildings did not have the same defense as the central building, and those frigates opened fire after entering the energy shield directly. Therefore, in addition to the central building, other buildings also suffered heavy losses. Fortunately, the system supporting the energy shield and other major systems are controlled by the main brain, so the loss of those buildings did not cause any huge losses to the cosmic ghosts. However, those buildings also housed the guards and the families of the high-level cosmic ghosts. These cosmic ghosts suffered heavy losses in the artillery fire just now. Because the cosmic ghosts did not expect that they would be attacked under the protection of the energy shield, and the attack came from their own guards. Of course, the cosmic ghosts don't know now that their real crisis has just begun. Since most of the buildings in the energy shield have been attacked, and the elders of the guards and the families of the senior officials have no way to ignore it, although they also thought that in the previous chaotic situation, there might be human beings mixed in, because the cosmic ghosts are not stupid. They know that the previous attack, although initiated by the guards, was definitely caused by the human race. But now they don't have enough troops to take care of these. It's not that the cosmic ghosts are short of troops, but that there are too few who can be fully trusted by the elders and can enter the energy shield. Especially after the previous incident, even the guards have been disqualified from entering the energy shield, which makes the cosmic ghosts' troops even more stretched. Now the cosmic ghosts have to check the human race who entered their central area during the previous chaos, and rescue the cosmic ghosts buried in the buildings destroyed by the cannon fodder before. For a while, they feel quite overwhelmed. In fact, the guys in the Senate are not too worried about the cosmic ghosts buried in the ruins outside, because their families are not there, but if they are left alone and left to fend for themselves, the top leaders and guards of the cosmic ghosts will probably rebel. So they must make a gesture to show that they care about their compatriots who were attacked by the previous artillery fire to comfort the cosmic ghosts. After all, they are the main combat force of the cosmic ghosts, especially the guards have just had the previous incident, and the morale of the army must be unstable now. However, in this way, Wang Feng and his team are lucky, because of the lack of troops and some detection systems have been affected, so now the cosmic ghosts can only put their key areas for checking the human race in the location of the main brain, and other places can only be given up for the time being. Even if those areas need to be checked, they must wait until the cosmic ghosts buried in the ruins are rescued first. Now their guards of the Senate have no spare energy to check other areas. The ground guards of the Elders' Council are similar in status to those on the frigates, but the number is less than that of the cosmic ghosts on the frigates. After all, the cosmic ghosts never thought that their energy shields did not play a big role in front of the human race, and even directly used their own frigates to rush in. This is an unexpected situation, so it is normal for the cosmic ghosts to be unprepared. Now they can only divide the guards of the guards into two groups. One group is mainly to check the main brain and the headquarters of the cosmic ghosts, and the other part is directly placed outside to search for the surviving cosmic ghosts in the ruins. Because the cosmic ghosts are relatively strong, generally speaking, as long as they do not die on the spot, they can save their lives after timely rescue, and if they have enough energy to replenish, they can even recover quickly. So the elders of the cosmic ghosts now directly let the guards rescue the cosmic ghosts buried in the ruins, and they all carry sufficient life energy. Once they find a wounded person, they will use it directly, so that he can join the rescue team directly after recovery. This can also be regarded as a supplement to their current shortage of troops. The cosmic ghosts outside are rescuing their own kind, while Wang Feng and others have begun to infiltrate downwards. Even in this situation, the elders of the cosmic ghosts did not include their families in the search and rescue team, because these elders knew that there might be human beings hidden in those ruins, and they certainly would not let their families be exposed to danger. This is the same no matter which race. When one person gets the Tao, the chickens and dogs will rise to heaven. No matter who is in a high position, he must have special care for his family. There is nothing wrong with this. If a person does not even take care of his own family, how can he think of taking care of others? If there is, it must be a disguise for some purpose. Moreover, in the cognition of the elders, they felt that the building they were in should still be safe. Although they also knew that the human race had the ability to teleport, they should be able to break through the outer wall of their building and enter the interior. However, no matter how they thought about it, even if the human race came in, they should enter the military area, not the living area, right? So Wang Feng and his party did not encounter any obstacles on their way down. At most, they encountered a few patrols on the road. They were responsible for the security of the living area, and the manpower was directly selected from the cosmic ghosts in the living area. Whether it was combat power or equipment, it was far from that of real warriors. Therefore, they did not consider Wang Feng and his party as any trouble at all. However, since these were patrols, once they suddenly disappeared inexplicably, it would probably attract the attention of the cosmic ghosts, so Wang Feng and his party did not attack these patrols. Although Wang Feng and his team are temporarily safe and have not been detected by the cosmic ghosts, Wang Feng's heart has been tense, because he knows that there must be a life detector like the cosmic ghost in this building that can distinguish non-cosmic ghost life forms. Although he doesn't know why they haven't used this to detect them yet, they must be on guard at all times. He also told Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu to be ready to enter the battle at any time, because the cosmic ghost may have discovered them now, but is just preparing a net to catch them all. Once they enter the battle, the three of them will advance downward in three directions. Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu are mainly to attract the attention of some cosmic ghosts, while Wang Feng is the main force to find the main brain. Because only Wang Feng can teleport, and the main brain must have strict defenses. Only with teleportation can it be possible to break through the restricted area. As for the three little killers, the three of them are now in stealth mode. Wang Feng told them not to enter the battle easily, just follow him all the way. Xiao Wu and Qiu Jian are both powerful fighters. Even if they are separated in a while, Wang Feng does not need to worry about them, especially in this building. The relatively narrow space is very suitable for them to perform, and the opponent is a creature with abundant life energy, such as the cosmic ghost, which can also greatly increase their combat continuity. The cosmic ghost does have a life detector that can detect Wang Feng and his team, but it is only installed in the area where the main brain is located, and those handheld life detectors are used by the cosmic ghost to search and rescue the cosmic ghosts under the ruins, so Wang Feng and his team have not been exposed for the time being. However, Wang Feng and his team must not have much time left, because once the search and rescue operation outside and the current inventory operation in the main brain area are over, the cosmic ghost's attention will eventually shift to this living area. Now the cosmic ghost is just in the dark under the lamp. I didn't expect Wang Feng and his team to use the living area as their breakthrough point, which gave Wang Feng and his team some breathing space, but if they don't get close to the area where the main brain is, Wang Feng and his team's actions are meaningless. Therefore, they will eventually have to face a large number of cosmic ghost guards. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1146. Seeing the situation below, Lu Wanting and others also breathed a sigh of relief. It seems that the current situation is better than they expected before. At least until now, Wang Feng and his team should not have been exposed. At the beginning, they thought that they should be discovered from the range of the energy shield, so they could only rush all the way. Therefore, Lu Wanting did not contact Wang Feng and his team directly. Although Wang Feng and his team took the communicator with them when they left, Lu Wanting could contact them at any time, but once they did so, Wang Feng and his team's location would be exposed. Tracking the communication signal in the lair of the Cosmic Ghost was definitely not a complicated matter for the Cosmic Ghost. If Wang Feng and his team were exposed, Lu Wanting would have no scruples. Anyway, the Cosmic Ghost already knew where Wang Feng and his team were. However, now, Lu Wanting would certainly not proceed according to the original plan, but quietly waited. Now even she did not know where Wang Feng and his team were, but as long as there was a battle below, it must be Wang Feng and his team. Wang Feng and his team moved forward cautiously all the way down. With the three little collie people who could sneak leading the way, their actions were much more convenient. And because of the opposition of the family members of the elders, there were few surveillance cameras in this living area, because the family members of the elders believed that this was a living area and their privacy did not need to be exposed to the military's supervision. So Wang Feng and his team only needed to avoid the main routes to avoid those cameras and not be discovered by the Cosmic Ghosts. This building of the Cosmic Ghosts was quite novel. Although it was a building, it was built quite spacious by them. Wang Feng and his team could actually feel like walking in the streets of a city when walking through it. And although this building did not have space technology, it actually built another building inside the building, making the interior look really no different from a city street. And those internal buildings became Wang Feng and his team's target at this time, because although they did not dare to touch those patrol teams for fear of exposing themselves, they could still attack the Cosmic Ghosts in these buildings. They were like civilians living in the city. Even if they disappeared in their own residence, they would not be discovered by other Cosmic Ghosts within a day or two. Wang Feng and his team did not plan to stay in the headquarters of the Cosmic Ghost for too long. Quietly sneaking into a building that looked similar to the residential building of the human race, Wang Feng and his team finally selected a unit. After San Xiao carefully checked and confirmed that there was no surveillance, Wang Feng directly teleported and entered a room from the closed door. Not long after Wang Feng entered the room, he teleported out. There were two Cosmic Ghosts in the room, who had become Wang Feng's prey. After obtaining the memories of these two Cosmic Ghosts, Wang Feng secretly rejoiced that fortunately he did not open the door directly after entering the room and let Qiu Jian and his team in. Although in order to protect their privacy, the residents of these living areas did not let the Cosmic Ghost army set up too many cameras here, but the alarm system was still installed. Once Wang Feng did not open the door in the correct way, the military headquarters of the Cosmic Ghost would immediately receive an alarm. Under the current situation, once the alarm is spread, the Cosmic Ghosts will definitely think that it is the human race that has entered the living area, and their sights will all be focused here. Wang Feng and his team's infiltration will also become a strong attack. The Cosmic Ghosts living in this living area have most of their memories about the information in the living area, but for Wang Feng and his team, what they need most now is this information about the living area. After finally understanding most of the situation in the living area, Wang Feng changed his direction of advance. Compared with the military area, the vigilance and management of the living area are relatively lax. Even now, after just experiencing the previous chaos, the living area has not been greatly affected. This is naturally because the elders do not want their families to participate in the war, so the living area is still as quiet and peaceful as usual. Of course, this kind of tranquility and peace is only for the Cosmic Ghosts. For Wang Feng and his team, it is not so beautiful. There are also stores similar to supermarkets in the living area, but what is sold inside is not fruits and vegetables, but various creatures. Because for the cosmic ghosts, these creatures are food to them. Although the pure life energy can meet their life needs, it is of course more enjoyable and satisfying for the cosmic ghosts to absorb the life energy directly from the body of the creature. Wang Feng turned his head and looked at a store where various life forms were hung. He took a deep breath and finally gave up the idea of entering it to rescue those creatures, because from the memories of the two cosmic ghosts before, Wang Feng learned that these creatures have basically lost consciousness and are just barely maintaining their lives. Even if they rescued them, they would not live long. This might expose himself. Of course, Wang Feng would not do such a thing, but he was very disgusted with the cosmic ghosts' various behaviors of treating other creatures as commodities. Although there are similar situations in human society, pigs, sheep, poultry, and other creatures are also sold in vegetable markets or supermarkets. Strictly speaking, those are also the corpses of other life forms, which are also bought and cooked by humans as delicacies. But at least these beings are all non-intelligent creatures, and they are all raised by humans. It is hard for Wang Feng to imagine that he can really use a being that can communicate with him normally as food. Don't eat me, I don't taste good. No. I'm hungry and I have to eat you. Do you want to be braised or steamed? I can satisfy your wish. Wang Feng felt a little shuddered when he imagined a similar conversation. There were a large number of metal cans in that store. Those metal cans stored life energy and were also food for the ghosts of the universe. To be honest, Wang Feng didn't care about those metal cans. The cans are very coveted, but now he can't just plunder those metal cans. Although Wang Feng has the ability to teleport and can secretly enter the store's warehouse to plunder and replenish his energy reserves, there is a possibility of being exposed. Wang Feng does not want to involve all of himself because of his life energy. This is a typical case of petty loss. Since they knew some of the rules and routes of the living area, Wang Feng and the others' next action seemed much smoother. At the same time, Wang Feng also understood why the living area where they were now did not appear to have changed at all because of their infiltration. Wang Feng knew the reason for his nervousness. This kind of calmness might not last long, so of course Wang Feng had to start speeding up. Following the fastest route in the memories of the two cosmic ghosts, Wang Feng and the others began to move towards the military zone. There were special elevators in the living area and the military area, but this elevator was monitored. And a special identification card is also required. Although the two cosmic ghosts killed by Wang Feng also had this kind of identification card, which could be used to operate the elevator, the surveillance inside the elevator would reveal Wang Feng's identity. However, Wang Feng and the others still used the elevator to go to the military zone in the end. The method was very simple. This kind of elevator was similar to the elevator of the human race. So after Wang Feng came to the vicinity of the elevator, he directly used teleportation to move the enemies. Jian and Xiaowu were all brought to the top of the elevator and hidden there. After they hid, they waited for a long time. After 3 hours, the cosmic ghost came here, started the elevator, and prepared to go to the military zone. However, even so, it was not as easy as Wang Feng and the others to go down one level at a time. It's much faster and safer to get to the military zone. But what Wang Feng didn't know was that hiding at the top of the elevator with him, Qiu Jian, and Xiaowu was actually not a good idea, because there was also surveillance there. After all, it was an elevator leading to a military zone. How could something so serious happen? Mistake. Fortunately, the person looking at Wang Feng and the three of them on the surveillance screen is an acquaintance of Wang Feng and the others, so Wang Feng and the others were not surrounded by a large group of cosmic ghosts. Alas! You are still young. Instructor Li Yingning looked at Wang Feng and the three others, whom he regarded as very wise, and shook his head slightly and sighed. In the room where he was, there were more than a dozen corpses of cosmic ghosts lying scattered everywhere. The instructor's current image is naturally that of the cosmic ghost. After passing through the energy shield, he used the previous method again to sneak into the headquarters of the cosmic ghost. Since the interior of the cosmic ghost is still in chaos, the instructor Li Yingning he easily obtained a legal identity for himself and merged into the ghost of the universe. Although the instructor does not know where Wang Feng and the others are, or even that Wang Feng and the others sneaked in from the living area, as long as the instructor thinks about it, it is not difficult for the instructor to think of Wang Feng and the others' current location and the direction in which they may appear. Since there is no news of human invasion from the military zone, Wang Feng and the others are naturally in the living area. In the living area, if you want to go to the military zone, of course only the elevator is the most convenient. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1147. Knowing the purpose of Wang Feng and the others, and also knowing the time they came in, Li Yingning found Wang Feng and the others so accurately. Fortunately, Li Yingning had Li Yingning, otherwise, when the elevator where Wang Feng and the others were stopped, at that time, they will find that they have been surrounded by countless cosmic ghosts. In that case, Wang Feng may be able to escape, but Qiu Jian and Xiao Yuk may not be able to escape. After Li Yingning guessed what Wang Feng and the others were thinking, he came directly to the monitoring room. Because he came in as a cosmic ghost, the cosmic ghosts in the monitoring room did not guard against the instructor and went directly to the monitoring room. He killed them all without even having time to sound the alarm. Of course, this is also because the instructor Li Yingning has obtained the memories of the military personnel of the cosmic ghost, so he has a good understanding of the internal structure of the cosmic ghost. He is almost like a traitor, so he can successfully eliminate this crisis for Wang Feng and the others. Madman. You are on the 32nd floor now. I can directly control the elevator and send you to the second underground floor. This is the lowest position this elevator can reach. If you want to go down further, enter the military zone. At the core, you need to take another elevator. When the elevator stopped and the cosmic ghost inside left, the instructor directly connected Wang Feng's communication. Because the instructor used the communicator in the elevator, he was not worried that Wang Feng's traces would be exposed immediately. Instructor. Wang Feng was startled when he suddenly heard the instructor's voice. When he saw the source of the sound, he couldn't help but smile bitterly. Of course he knew that if it weren't for the instructor, he might have been exposed. Well, don't worry. You won't be exposed now, because this elevator can only reach the edge of the military zone, so the alert level is not that high, and this control room is now under my control. It will take another 4 hours. They will change shifts, and during this period, you are still safe. The instructor continued. However, we don't have time to wait for them to change shifts. The best way for you now is to immediately go down to the second underground floor that can be reached by this elevator, and from there, start to rush towards the central area of the military zone. This section of the road, you have no chance of sneaking in, you have to fight hard. Because starting from the 5th underground floor is the real warning zone of the military zone. There is a life fluctuation detection device there. You can't get past it no matter what. And the core of the master brain is on the 55th underground floor. In other words, you have to rely on your own strength and go down 50 floors. In the meantime, you won't get any chance to breathe. Countless cosmic ghost guards will come in a steady stream. Even after discovering you, the cosmic frigates outside are now ordered to stay in place, waiting for review. The ghosts will also be directly transferred to fight you. The only good news for you is that there is no defensive firepower in the military zone. The only ones you have to deal with are the escorts of the Space Ghost. In some relatively large spaces, there may be small fighters participating in the battle, so, I wish you the best. You're in luck. I understand, instructor. Let's get started. Wang Feng didn't say much and answered directly. While listening to the instructor's previous words, Wang Feng suddenly had a very strange feeling, that is, he seemed to have returned to Atlantis, listening to the instructor's previous words. Describe your training subjects to yourself, and you are preparing to complete your training subjects in order to pass the instructor's assessment. This feeling made Wang Feng suddenly feel excited. He suddenly felt that he was looking forward to the upcoming battle. Although he knew that it would be endless soldiers of cosmic ghosts, Wang Feng did not feel a trace of fear. Has the final battle ended? When the elevator slowly descended, Wang Feng murmured in a low voice. He knew that after passing the level of cosmic ghosts, their endless road was still halfway, but those races were not affected by Wang Feng. Take it too seriously. In his eyes, the cosmic ghost is the most powerful enemy of the human race. Once the cosmic ghost is eliminated, the following races will be nothing more than food delivery. Because after destroying the cosmic ghost, the human race will receive a large amount of life energy supplies, and even be able to capture the huge number of spaceships of the cosmic ghost. This will greatly enhance the strength of the human race, making those who have not awakened the innate ability of the human race, soldiers who cannot use their own hair can also become airmen, adding great power to their air strikes. Kill. When you rush downwards, the three of you still try not to be exposed, hide in the dark, and act according to the opportunity. Wang Feng thought about what Li Yingning said before, and began to arrange the tactics for a while. The first was to kill the three little ones while still moving forward. In addition, after leaving for a while, I will teleport out directly. Qiu Jian and Xiao, please try your best to delay the battle and buy me time. You don't have to go all out. Anyway, no matter how much you kill, it is impossible to achieve what we humans need to pass. Quantity. Sang Xiao, the three of you also stay here. You don't need to follow me. Just assist Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu and help them delay the time. Leave the mastermind to me. You are responsible for attracting the attention of the cosmic ghost. Do you understand? No problem. Qiu Jian, Xiao Wu, and Wang Mi nodded and replied that this was the plan that Wang Feng had decided to adopt now, because the instructor said that the core of the main brain was on the 55th floor underground. In this way, the only one who could quickly reach there was Wang Feng himself. Although the three little ones had the ability to sneak, there were life energy fluctuation detection devices after the 5th floor underground, so the three little ones sneaking was not so effective after reaching the 5th floor. Although Wang Feng would also be discovered by the energy fluctuation detection device, Wang Feng was more flexible than the three little ones. After all, he had teleportation and could not be surrounded by cosmic ghosts. The combat effectiveness of the three little ones who lost their stealth ability would naturally be greatly reduced. In this way, the place where the three little ones could maintain their peak combat power was above the 5th floor, and Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu would be safer with the assistance of these three little guys, so Wang Feng decided that he would be the one to complete the destruction of the main brain. As for Qiu Jian and his men, they pretended to rush down after exiting the elevator, just to contain the forces of the cosmic ghost and create opportunities for themselves. Although this might put Qiu Jian and his men in danger, since they had experienced the apocalypse, when had they not been in danger? In Wang Feng's calculations, this method was the most likely way for them to achieve their goal of entering this time. As for the self-destruct system, Wang Feng didn't think about it much now, because the instructor Li Yingning didn't seem to mention it at all. The instructor must know a lot more than him now. Now the instructor didn't even mention it, probably because it was useless to mention it, and they couldn't successfully activate that thing, so Li Yingning didn't waste time on this aspect. Since Li Yingning had already told them the location of the main brain, it meant that Li Yingning felt that with Wang Feng and his men, they should have the strength to destroy the main brain, so he told them the specific situation directly. And when describing the following situation, Li Yingning only told them the specific location of the main brain and the obstacles they might encounter. As for how they would break into the 55th floor and destroy the main brain, Li Yingning had no suggestions at all. This is also in line with Li Yingning's style. Just like when he was training and assessing, I told you the mission goal, and my work was done. As for how you achieve the goal and complete the task, that is your own business. And for Li Yingning, the same goal, everyone has a different way to achieve it. The plan you come up with may not be suitable for others, but may hinder them. Because everyone's specialties are different, such as Li Yingning can transform into a cosmic ghost, Sang Xiao can sneak, Wang Feng can teleport, Qiu Jian's destructive power, etc., so everyone's fighting style is also different. Li Yingning never does things that will limit others' performance. Moreover, Wang Feng had already grown into a warrior who could stand on his own, so Li Yingning told Wang Feng everything he knew. As for how to proceed, it was up to him. And Li Yingning naturally heard what Wang Feng said to Qiu Jian and San Xiao just now. He just nodded slightly, then turned around and left the monitoring room. Li Yingning had already preset the stop floor of the elevator, so whether he was there or not, the elevator carrying Wang Feng and others would go directly to the second underground floor. For safety reasons, Li Yingning also directly sat on a little destruction, which would not trigger an alarm, and even if there were cosmic ghosts coming in from behind, there was no way to change the movement of the elevator through the console. As for Li Yingning himself, after learning about Wang Feng's plan, he would of course do something to cooperate with Wang Feng's actions. However, even Wang Feng might not be able to guess what the instructor was going to do. Qiu Jian, Xiao Wu, and Shalumi. You all go down, we'll be there soon, get ready for battle. After arranging everything, Wang Feng opened the top plate of the elevator, and the three children, Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu, all entered the elevator, leaving Wang Feng alone at the top of the elevator. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1148. Remember them all. Stop killing others and delaying time. That's what you have to do. Wang Feng gave them a final warning, and then covered the roof of the elevator. It was okay to kill the three children. Although they looked like just children, in fact, they may have almost caught up with Fuxi in age. Therefore, for the three of them, Wang Feng is not worried. He is now afraid of Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu, especially Xiao Wu. He is just a child. If he enjoys playing for a while and forgets about delaying time, it will be troublesome. After all, Wang Feng has to reach the 55th floor and destroy the mastermind. It will take who knows how long it will take. Therefore, the longer Xiao Wu and Qiu Jian can sustain it, the better. Besides, they still need to evacuate safely after destroying the mastermind. If these two guys don't have the physical strength by then, Wang Feng can't just leave them here, right? But it's useless for Wang Feng to worry now, because he can't watch them here. Moreover, the situation on the battlefield is changing rapidly. No one can guarantee that everything will go according to their own plan. They can only take one step at a time. At the minimum within the limit, the six of them can die here, but the mastermind of the cosmic ghost must be destroyed. In this case, under the command of Duan Lei, the human race may be able to kill the cosmic ghost and successfully enter the next level. This is the bottom line that Wang Feng envisages now. Of course, if the three of them can survive and successfully destroy the mastermind, and then everyone can go back together to gather the combat power of the human race and kill the entire cosmic ghost family, that would of course be the most ideal. But this is not writing a novel. Everything can be done according to the ideal. Do your best, and obey fate. Bang! The elevator stopped steadily, and then the doors of the elevator opened to both sides. When the cosmic ghost outside the elevator found that there was no one in the elevator, it felt a little strange, because this elevator was not what they called it. Coming down, someone must be coming here, right? But just when the cosmic ghost outside was stunned, two figures suddenly appeared from both sides of the elevator. One of them held a long sword in his hand and waved the long sword at them, followed by they said hello. It's the human race. Enemy attack. The cosmic ghost outside immediately reacted, shouted loudly, and then rushed towards the two people. Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu deliberately let these cosmic ghosts sound the alarm, because their current task is to delay time, try to attract more attention from the cosmic ghosts, and buy Wang Feng time. Letting the cosmic ghosts sound the alarm is of course the fastest way. Otherwise, the few cosmic ghosts at the door would not even have a chance to sound the alarm, and they would be killed by Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu. As this alarm was issued, the entire cosmic ghost immediately took action. Countless cosmic ghost guards began to gather towards the second underground floor. The veterans of the cosmic ghost also directly moved all the guards outside who were still searching and rescuing. They were called back to deal with the two human races that appeared among them. Although the current location of the human race is only on the second floor underground and has not yet come into contact with their real military area, this is the core area of the cosmic ghost after all, and there cannot be any mistakes. Even now, some of the veterans of the cosmic ghost have begun to secretly regret, why don't they install some defensive weapons at the core of the cosmic ghost? Previously, it was because they were worried that if there were cosmic ghosts who wanted to seize power from the Elder Council, they could easily kill them by secretly controlling these defensive weapons, and in this case, it would not be easy for them to find out who was behind the scenes. After all, mechanically controlled weapons will inevitably have some problems. But now, because they have no defensive weapons, they can only rely on those guards to defend against the intrusion of the human race. In this relatively narrow space, there are not too many cosmic ghosts who can join the battle at the same time. At least for now, it is still unable to bring effective damage to the human race. Because of the appearance of Xiao Wu and the others, almost all the eyes of all the cosmic ghosts were focused on the elevator on the second underground floor. Xiao Wu and the others did not leave the elevator, but used the elevator as a position to resist the tide of cosmic ghosts. Of guards. Because the width of the elevator door is limited, Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu can only deal with the cosmic ghosts in one direction without worrying about what's behind them. And above the elevator, there are also Wang Sha and Wang Lu of the three killings guarding them. If a space ghost wants to come down from here and attack Xiao Wu and the others, they will die inexplicably at the top of the elevator. Although the cosmic ghost can control the up and down of this elevator, the problem is that this elevator can only reach the second underground floor at the lowest, or it can go directly up. If it goes up, it will be the living area. Of course, they dare not burn the war directly into the living area. Inside, so from the beginning of the battle to now, the elevator has never been moved, but in front of the elevator, the corpses of many cosmic ghosts have been piled up. Now those members of the Council of Elders are also watching the battle on the elevator side through surveillance. Of course they, with their noble status, will not enter the battlefield in person. Why can't the son of a rich man sit down in the hall? Damn it! These two human races are using the corpses of our clansmen to block our attack route. Let them move those corpses. A member of the Elders' Council shouted angrily that hundreds of the guards of the cosmic ghost had been killed, but Xiao Wu and Qiu Jian seemed to be unharmed, which naturally made the elders of the cosmic ghost unhappy. Moreover, Xiao Wu and Qiu Jian chose a good location, because although this elevator could not reach the real military area, it was after all an elevator for the families of the elders, so it was not only spacious inside, but also made of top-quality materials. The cosmic ghost had long-range weapons, but in this situation, long-range weapons were useless. Not to mention that there were people blocking their shooting route. Even if there were no companions blocking them, the two humans could hide in the elevator, and they would lose the angle of shooting. Moreover, due to the material of the elevator, they were completely powerless even if they wanted to destroy it directly, so the battle fell into a stalemate for a while. However, the cosmic ghost was not particularly anxious, because now the two humans were trapped in the elevator, especially since they had locked the elevator, and it was impossible for the two humans to leave here through the elevator. Their physical strength is always limited, so they will slowly consume it until they have no physical strength left, and then they can catch the two humans, and even capture them alive. At that time, they will be able to learn about the situation of the humans by devouring their memories, so it may be a good thing for the cosmic ghost that the two humans fell into the trap. However, the cosmic ghosts were all paying attention to the battle on the elevator. No one noticed that when the battle on the elevator just started, a figure had already avoided their sight and disappeared in the distance. Not good. There are also people ambushing above them, invisible humans. There are more than two humans here. Because the battle on the elevator has not made any progress, the cosmic ghosts set their sights on the top of the elevator. They opened the elevator door on the upper floor, and then let the cosmic ghost guards jump from it and land on the top of the elevator, trying to enter the elevator from here and disrupt the battle rhythm of the two humans. Who knew that these cosmic ghost guards were killed inexplicably just after jumping down, and they didn't even see the shadow of the person. Bomb with long-range weapons. A member of the elders shouted loudly. After receiving the order, the cosmic ghost immediately used long-range weapons to bombard the elevator shaft below. However, their attack did not achieve any effect. Apart from blowing their own bodies into dust, they did not hurt Wang Sha and Wang Lu at all. Because when the cosmic ghost took out their weapons, the two guys had already gone directly into the elevator, and all the attacks were blocked by the solid elevator. Although Wang Sha and Wang Lu did not close the cover at the top after entering the elevator, the attack from the cover at the back of the elevator obviously could not threaten the four people in the elevator. Although there were some energy shocks, Qiu Jian and others who were used to fighting would naturally not take these energy shocks seriously. As for Wang Mi, the leader of the three little ones, he had already mixed into the army of the cosmic ghost. His goal was to kill several high-level cosmic ghosts. Although he could not tell which one was the high-level cosmic ghost, as long as he saw who was shouting and giving orders in the crowd, it was almost done. It was absolutely right to kill him. Throw beam grenades into that hole and blow them up. Seeing that the straight line attack was ineffective, the cosmic ghosts above came up with a new idea, using throwing weapons similar to the human grenades to deal with the humans in the elevator. Swish, swish, swish. 6 or 7 beam grenades were thrown directly from the sky by the cosmic ghosts. Since the cover of the elevator was not closed, these beam grenades were thrown directly into the elevator. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1149. Wang Sha and Wang Lu, who entered the elevator, did not join the battle, but continued to observe the situation above, because their duty was to watch the elevator, and they did not need to pay attention to the battle in front for the time being. Therefore, after these beam grenades were thrown down, Wang Sha and Wang Lu did not even think about it, and directly punched these beam grenades away. Under the blows of the two, those beam grenades flew directly into the cosmic ghosts in front of the elevator. Boom boom boom. A series of explosions sounded, and this wave of beam grenades from the cosmic ghosts not only did not cause any harm to Qiu Jian and his men, but killed many of their own people. Because there were too many cosmic ghosts in this area outside, they were also very dense, and these beam grenades happened to exert their power to the maximum. The reason why these cosmic ghosts in front of the elevator had not used beam grenades before was because if they threw them here, they would definitely be thrown back by the human race, and then they would be the ones who got hurt. Unexpectedly, they didn't throw any grenades here, but their companions above threw so many directly down. They were really stupid teammates. So after being blown up by their own grenades, These cosmic ghosts hurriedly ordered the guys above not to throw grenades anymore, as long as people piled up. However, just piling up people was obviously not a good idea, because Wang Sha and Wang Lu were always watching from below. If it was a long-range weapon, they would hide, and if it was a person coming down, they would go up and kill it. Because of the 2 stealth ability, those cosmic ghosts who jumped down didn't know how they died. Especially the battle above the elevator, it couldn't last for a while, because the elevator shaft was so small, and the bodies of dozens of cosmic ghosts could already block the elevator shaft, and it was not as convenient to clean up these bodies as the battlefield below, so after trying a few times, the cosmic ghosts simply abandoned the elevator shaft that was already blocked and ignored the side. With those corpses, Wang Sha and Wang Lu also became relaxed. After the cosmic ghost no longer paid attention to the side, they directly pulled the lid, and then left Wang Sha here to guard against the outside. Wang Lu ran directly outside and prepared to play assassination. Now the cosmic ghost has discovered that there are human races who can sneak among them, because several high-level cosmic ghosts have been assassinated by Wang Mi, but they are simply powerless against Wang Mi who can sneak. Although they brought a life detector to find Wang Mi's position, because Wang Mi is now among them, they can't determine Wang Mi's detailed location at all. Once they order all the cosmic ghosts in that area to leave, Wang Mi will also leave and move to a crowded place, and the cosmic ghost holding the life detector will definitely be killed by him, and the life detector will be destroyed. Because Wang Mi does not have Xianyuan space, he can only waste a little. If it is Wang Feng, he will probably put away the life detector directly. In this way, all the cosmic ghosts knew that taking the life detector was a very dangerous job, so naturally no one wanted to take it. Those who were in it were all the most elite of the cosmic ghosts. The high-level cosmic ghosts did not dare to force them too much. The most important thing was that the life detector did not seem to play a big role. Although it could find the location of the human race, it could not be confirmed at all, which was no different from not finding it. Unless they could quickly evacuate all the cosmic ghosts around Wang Mi when they found him, and then directly attack with long-range weapons or beam grenades, they might be able to kill Wang Mi, but, unless Wang Mi was a fool, or they had the ability to control Wang Mi's actions, otherwise, this method could not be used. While the battle on the elevator continued, Wang Feng had already arrived at the 4th floor. The reason why he did not go down to the 5th floor directly was because the instructor Li Yingning once said that once he reached the 5th floor, he would truly enter the military area of the cosmic ghosts. Although Qiu Jian and his team have mobilized some of the cosmic ghost guards, there must be only a small part of them. The real cosmic ghost army is still defending the area below the 5th floor. After all, this is their real core and has their most important system, the main brain. And the most important thing is that from the 5th floor, there is a device that can monitor the fluctuation of life energy. Therefore, once you step into the 5th floor, Wang Feng will be exposed. From then on, Wang Feng will have to kill all the way. Of course, Wang Feng is not afraid of fighting. He is just observing and wants to find the shortest route to get to the 55th floor, where the main brain is. Anyway, it's not long before Qiu Jian and his team start fighting. In terms of their physical strength, even if they fight with all their strength, they must have a lot of spare time, so there is still a little time. Now, Wang Feng can directly pass through the partition of the floor and enter the next floor. Although it is built underground, this is the final base of the cosmic ghost after all, so the space is quite large. The height of a single floor, some levels even reach more than 50 meters. Therefore, if Wang Feng appears directly on the next floor, he will appear directly in the air. If he is unlucky, and there happens to be an army of cosmic ghosts below, then Wang Feng, who is in the air, will become a target, especially because Wang Feng's teleportation is not unlimited as long as he has energy. For continuous teleportation, there needs to be a certain buffer period in the middle, and the more times, the longer the buffer period. Even if it is only 5 consecutive teleportations, the buffer period will reach about 20 seconds. 20 seconds doesn't sound long, but if it is in a fierce battle, these 20 seconds are enough for Wang Feng to die 100 times. Fortunately, Wang Feng also killed several cosmic ghosts on the way just now, so he is not without any reference for this route, although the cosmic ghosts he killed are all outside the real military zone, and now is still an extraordinary period of cosmic ghosts. The mobilization of the army must have changed, so the memory of these cosmic ghosts cannot give Wang Feng too much reference value. But at least, Wang Feng can determine the approximate structure of the layers below and the distribution of the buildings. This is enough for Wang Feng. As for the soldiers of the cosmic ghosts, let's talk about it after we see them. Finally, after confirming the walking route and the battle plan required on the road in his mind, Wang Feng finally took a breath and prepared to start the real breakthrough. At this time, Qiu Jian and his team began to feel more pressure. The cosmic ghosts fighting with them in front of them would throw beam grenades directly in the battle from time to time. Although this would accidentally hurt their own people, the cosmic ghosts could not care about it now. Because the members of the Elders' Council found that the strength of these two humans was simply terrifyingly powerful. With so many of them fighting until now, they have killed at least thousands of people, but these two humans are still alive and kicking, and they don't look like they have any problems. This makes the elders of the cosmic ghost feel quite depressed. Especially now that the two of them were fighting at the door of the elevator, the cosmic ghosts could throw beam grenades directly into the elevator. In this way, once the beam grenades exploded, the two humans would be the first to bear the brunt. Although their own soldiers would also be impacted, this was obviously not considered by the members of the cosmic ghost elders. However, their method still did not work, because after discovering their plan, the three little people of Shalumi had now all returned to the elevator, and the beam grenades thrown over were all smashed back by the three little people of Shalumi. The height of the elevator was so high that Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu blocked more than half of it. The remaining space could not be thrown in even if there were too many grenades. Have people ready, come together and throw them in. Even if our people are killed and the elevator is destroyed, these two humans must be killed. One of the elders in the Council of Elders finally couldn't help but roar. He asked the cosmic ghost to prepare a large number of beam grenades, and even had a large number of people sent from the military zone. Then he gathered 150 cosmic ghosts and prepared to throw beam grenades into the elevator. Aren't you able to block them from the outside? I want to see how much you can block. If you can't throw too many in at once, I will throw them continuously. Even if the grenades don't explode, I can kill you. Let's see how you can block them. The Council of Elders of the Cosmic Ghost is really anxious. They have given up the idea of exhausting the physical strength of these two humans and then capturing them alive. They now want to kill these two humans quickly, because judging from the situation, it is unlikely to exhaust the physical strength of these two humans without 2 or 3 days. But how many members of their own guards will they kill in these 2 or 3 days? The order from the Elders' Council also made the cosmic ghosts who were fighting Qiu Jian and his men feel relieved. Although this method would cause their companions who were fighting the human race to be blown to death, according to the current situation, as long as they went up to fight, they would be killed by humans if they were not blown to death. And if humans killed them, they would need more people to fill in. Doomsday Special Forces. Author, Huanjing Chengzhu. Chapter 1150. Now if this method can really work, then at least after they kill the previous wave of people, they won't have to fill in the people behind. Of course, this is if they can really kill these human beings with beam grenades. Under the premise. But to be honest, many of the cosmic ghosts present felt that there was little hope for the human race to be killed by beam grenades. After all, those members of the Elder Council only saw the battle between the human race and them on the video, and only at the scene could one feel the terror of these two human races. The strength of these two human races is definitely quite strong, especially the one holding the long sword. The black light shield covering his long sword seems to be able to annihilate everything that comes into contact with it. There are even cosmic ghosts who have witnessed it with their own eyes. Oh, when the long sword struck a grenade, it actually destroyed the grenade. That's right, it was destroyed, there was no explosion, and there was no debris. With one sword pass, the grenade completely disappeared, as if it had never existed at all. This is the horror of the power of destruction. All the cosmic ghosts who died under Qiujian's sword had their limbs mutilated, and none of them died intact. Although the cosmic ghosts killed by Xiao Wu basically had their bodies torn apart, these cosmic ghosts, if we pick up all their corpses, we can still put them together. But those cosmic ghosts who died under Qiujian's sword had part of their corpses swallowed up by the power of destruction. No matter what, they couldn't piece together a complete corpse. These guys are going to change their tactics. Xiao Wu said while fighting that the actions of the cosmic ghost were not deliberately hidden from them, because in the eyes of the cosmic ghost, the two human races were surrounded and could not escape, and they were allowed to see him transporting grenades. Can also put some pressure on their hearts, so the beam grenades that were brought were just moved in front of the two of them. Qiujian nodded and said. I saw it, but now we have no other way. We must contain these guys and create opportunities for the madmen, Sang Xiao. When these guys throw grenades later, it will be up to you. In addition, the one on top will open the cover. If there are too many grenades and we can't stop them, just run up and hide. Hide above. Xiao Wu directly tore a cosmic ghost into pieces, then looked back hastily and said. It's easy to hide up, but if you come down again, I'm afraid it will be difficult. I know this too. But we can only take one step at a time. Although we can break out now, we don't know where the madman is now. If we run out and run around, when these cosmic ghosts intercept us, it might interfere with the madman's plan. Qiujian's long sword slashed continuously and said. And I think that if they still can't kill us after using this trick, they will definitely continue to send more troops to us. By then, the lunatics may encounter less resistance. Fight with them. Anyway, it's already enough, even if you hang here, you'll still make a lot of money. Okay. Then let's fight for once. After hearing what Qiujian said, Xiao Wu stopped talking and started to concentrate on fighting. Since he was going to hang here, he should kill as many points as possible. Each more you kill will earn one more. And just when the cosmic ghost was about to start their beam grenade surprise attack tactics, Wang Feng finally started to take action. His figure suddenly appeared in the mid-air on the 5th floor. As Wang Feng appeared on the 5th underground floor, alarms suddenly sounded throughout the entire building, and images of Wang Feng's location appeared on all the surveillance screens. This is because it is an emergency, so there is such a big noise. If it were in the past, at most the alarm would be on the 5th floor where Wang Feng appeared, but now, it is ringing in the entire building. Alert! It can also be seen from here that the cosmic ghost attaches great importance to the human race. The cosmic ghosts who were about to throw grenades couldn't help but be shocked after hearing the alarm, because this meant that the human race they were besieging here was not the main force of the human race's attack. They were probably here to contain them. They allowed their companions to smoothly break into their central area. Every cosmic ghost is very clear about the importance of the master brain to the cosmic ghost. Once the master brain dies, their entire command system will be paralyzed. Maybe it is better in the city, but the fleets outside will all be in contact with the headquarters. Lost contact. Especially all the data of the cosmic ghost will be cleared directly, and everyone's information and files will naturally be gone. That will definitely be a disaster for the cosmic ghost family. Qiujian and the others also heard the siren. When they saw the reaction of the cosmic ghost, Qiujian was immediately overjoyed and said immediately. Okay. The madman has already rushed in. We don't need to help contain him anymore. Let's just kill him all the way to give him a strong momentum. Sang Xiao. You don't have to hold back, go all out to kill. Prepare -12,3. Go. Because Qiu Jian had no intention of discussing with Xiao Wu and San Xiao when he was talking before, and in the end, it was a direct countdown. Therefore, both Xiao Wu and Shami San Xiao could only cooperate with Qiu Jian. When he said rush, they rushed out together. This was beyond the expectations of the cosmic ghosts. They did not expect that the fierce human race was just using delaying tactics and did not fight them with all their strength. The 5 of them rushed out together, causing the cosmic ghosts, who were already shocked by the alarm, to be caught off guard and immediately in chaos. Qiu Jian and his men rushed into the team. Moreover, Qiu Jian and Xiao Wu rushed directly to the beam grenades that were transported. Originally, the cosmic ghosts intended to use these beam grenades to deal with them, but now they have become the target they want to snatch. At this time, there were still 150 grenade throwers ready to throw beam grenades standing there, and they also had beam grenades in their hands, but now Qiu Jian and his men were basically among their own people, and they did not dare to throw the grenades in their hands. In a moment of distraction, Qiu Jian and his men had already rushed to them. After killing the cosmic ghosts next to the grenades with a few swords, Qiu Jian picked up the grenades and started throwing them around. The beam grenades of the cosmic ghosts are very simple to use. You can throw them out after holding them in your hand and squeezing them lightly. Therefore, these grenades have now become weapons for Qiu Jian and his team. Due to the large number of people and the density, coupled with the sudden sound of the alarm, even the high-level cosmic ghosts mixed in the cosmic ghost army don't know what they should do now. Seeing Qiu Jian become a scattered thunder fairy and having fun there, Xiao Wu and San Xiao also participated directly. They also killed some cosmic ghosts next to the boxes where beam grenades were stored, and then picked up grenades and started throwing them around. At this moment, the scene became quite lively. In the army of cosmic ghosts, the sound of beam grenades detonating was endless, and the locations where Qiu Jian and his team threw grenades were the most densely populated places of the cosmic ghost army. Those cosmic ghosts didn't even have the space to dodge, and could only watch the grenades fall beside them. The lucky cosmic ghost had his companions standing in front of him, so he was less injured. The unlucky cosmic ghost who was hit in the face by a grenade did not even have the chance to have a facelift, and went straight to see the King of Hell, if the cosmic ghost could see the King of Hell after death. Although the underground second floor was in chaos due to the sudden counterattack of Qiu Jian and his men, the members of the Elders' Council of the Cosmic Ghost had no time to command these guys, because they had more urgent things to do, that is, to stop the human who had already advanced to the 11th underground floor. For the breakthrough of the first few floors, Wang Feng was quite easy, because although the Cosmic Ghost had a large army stationed on each floor, the number of each floor was not too large, and some soldiers went to search for the human race. Especially Wang Feng was different from Qiu Jian and his men. Wang Feng could fly himself, so if he wanted to use the human wave tactics like he did to stop Qiu Jian and his men, at least for Wang Feng, it was completely impossible. Especially, Wang Feng can directly cross the floors, but the cosmic ghosts can't. If they want to change floors, they either take a special elevator or take the stairs. It is impossible for them to be like Wang Feng, where any position can become the entrance to the next floor. Before, when Wang Feng planned his route, he specially chose a position far away from the stairs and elevators as his route. In this way, even if he had to stop on this floor and wait for the buffer time of the teleportation ability, at least he could face fewer enemies. And after he teleported to the next floor, these cosmic ghosts who originally blocked him on this floor would need more time to run to the stairs or elevators, enter the next floor, and continue to intercept Wang Feng. In this way, most of the time of the cosmic ghost soldiers was spent on running. At least, now from the 5th to the 11th floor, there are cosmic ghost soldiers desperately running towards the stairs, preparing to reach the floor where Wang Feng is, to intercept Wang Feng. Of course, this kind of situation would only occur in the initial layers, because later on, the cosmic ghosts would definitely know where Wang Feng appeared, and would ambush troops there directly, and concentrate fire to kill Wang Feng the moment he appeared.